Influence. Guess what? We're back again here at Global Media Studios themselves, and we're talking with Patrick Galvin. All right, we're going to be talking, Patrick, about relationships.
Relationships.
Hey, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, going beyond the handshake,
Without
as well,
a doubt.
right?
So, Patrick, relationships. I mean, we're in a relationship building business. Okay,
Yeah.
This is Influence. Everybody knows everybody. We're all family here, right? Family. As being family itself, and building relationships and working in a relationship. How does relationships really equate in your business, in your environment? All right, especially working with people.
Well, that's all we focus on. We just focus 100% on how people can build better connections, relationships with the people they serve.
Right.
Whether it's their clients, their prospects, their referral partners, their peers, their family members. I mean, relationship building is tethered both to the professional and to the personal. And we speak to both of those areas.
Well, Patrick, you're going to get people themselves that don't like people. Imagine that. I'm in a speaking business. So what is it? I don't like people. All right. Mark LeBlanc and I, we had a conversation about that. We're talking to a great friend of ours and everything else.
Mark's a great guy.
But he had turned around. He says, you know, Rich, he says, he just doesn't like people.
That's a tough place to come from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So let's dial down just a little bit for the audience themselves.
Yeah.
Relationship.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
A relationship, when it's working, is really a connection, and it starts from a place of curiosity, genuine interest in the other person, not trying to extract value, but to really figure out what makes somebody tick and how you can provide them with something, whether it's some information, an introduction, just some kindness, an encouraging word. A relationship is founded on the core concept of service above self.
Well, there's many different relationships. You pass somebody in a hallway, you give them a little bump, that you create a relationship. All right. Even though itself there's no communication. Okay. You're going down a hall, you're going to the airports themselves, you're on a plane.
Yeah.
And you're talking to the individual next to you.
You never know who that person is going to be, right?
Exactly. Yourself. So you're creating a relationship.
Sure.
Okay. And so how, in your mind, already in what you do from the relationship, how are relationships really formed?
Well, I think a lot of people try to impress others by being the most interesting person, like the Dos Equis guy, those commercials, the most interesting man in the world. I don't know about you, but I think
do anything for me.
There are a lot of people who are trying to be the most interesting man or woman in the world.
Right.
And really, I think the core of being a great relationship builder is being the most interested person. To really interested in them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
now we just reverse the tides.
Yeah. So taking the time to really say, hey, and just seeing that person and connecting with them, looking them in the eye, and just finding out like what's the passion that person has. What issues are they facing?
And sometimes we really have to dial down because people themselves, Patrick, you know as well as I do, from a relationship, they may be guarded.
100%.
And with that guarded relationship out there, sometimes we may have to bring a pickaxe and a shovel. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe a stick of dynamite. All right. Depends on how far we want to go with that relationship.
Yeah.
All right. To open up, to get people open up.
Yeah.
Okay. And individuals, sometimes they may not want to open up a bag of worms. All right. Or some unforeseen circumstances in their life.
Yeah.
All right. That's happened.
Yeah.
How do we deal with that? How do we open those folks up?
Well, I think there's always some clues or cues that we can take from meeting somebody in a hallway. I mean, we had, when I was in my family's furniture business, our top performing salesperson would never talk about furniture when she met a customer coming in the door.
Right.
She would usually comment on their sweatshirt, on their shoes. She'd be looking for some point of connection that was authentic, and it was not the same for every individual walking in the doors.
Right, exactly.
But it was really a chance for her to build a small little bridge. And I think relationship building is the construction of these small little bridges. And before you know it, you might have a Golden Gate Bridge of a relationship. So it's looking for those common points and then jumping off from those.
In a relationship building, especially for those in business, and especially those themselves that influence, okay? Utilize, usually what I'd like to see is individuals in building relationships, certain people are going to continue to talk about what you do, how you do, why you do what you do.
Yeah.
Okay? And then building those relationships, I would actually turn around and say, sometimes I categorize people, not cauterize, categorize.
Yeah.
All right? And categorize into A, B, and C.
Yeah.
A people themselves will continue to talk about what you do, your services, what you provide, how you do it. Already exceptional, the exceptional level of service that you provide.
Yeah.
All right, B level people themselves, they will occasionally talk about you itself if they remember that you existed somewhere. Maybe you left an impression, but not lasting.
Yeah.
All right. C level people themselves couldn't care if you live or died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do we manage that? How do we manage that relationship? All right, and especially personal relationships.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we manage those?
Well, all relationships are important.
Yeah.
So I do think what you're talking about is interesting because we talk about the categorization of your connections.
Okay.
So when you think about the relationships that you're building for business, I think it's important to take the great Stephen Covey in mind and start with the end.
Start with the end in mind, right?
So what do you want to achieve in your business, and what relationships do you have right now that will help you reach those objectives?
Right.
And a lot of times people don't tether their business goals to their existing relationships. So take a step back once you have that end goal. Maybe it's a 1-year goal. Maybe you have a 90-day, a 6-month, a 1-year goal. So who are those people that you need to not only connect with, but build a deeper level of relationship, so that goal that you're setting out for yourself is actually attainable? And to categorize what you're talking about, that A, B, and C level, I think that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. I think there's binders for relationships. And I think there are 3 binders themselves, and I've got a program called the Focus of One. Okay, the Focus of One. Okay, and in that relationship, the binders are trust, friendship, and communication.
Those are great ones.
And so within that, we're building a level of trust, abiding, working, and developing a relationship of friendship. Okay, and that key piece out there to relationships is communication.
Yeah.
Okay, and how we communicate. All right. What are the factors themselves that are going to help people to open up to realize that the relationship is not something itself that is hurtful, painful to do, all right, and or build. You know, I like people themselves go out and I tell them, go meet 10 people a day.
Yeah.
All right. Tell them what you do, how you do, why you do what you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And meeting those 10 people a day, I says that's homework for you.
Yeah.
Okay. But the fact, don't stop at 10 people a day.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, once you get the mojo going, right, you keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you keep it moving. So how do we do this? How do you feel? And within the area of relationship, how communication fits in? That's where I was getting to. How does the communication really fit in?
Like, first of all, communication is everything in a relationship.
Right.
But a lot of folks in NSA are concerned about what they're saying.
Right.
They're not necessarily as concerned as to what they're hearing.
Right.
And I think if you're going to build strong communication, it starts with listening and really hearing the other person.
Good.
I think when you're glib and it's easy, you have a way with words, it's easy to come out with your words, but those words are not one size fits all.
Sure.
So by communicating with someone, really asking them insightful questions, listening to them, following up, and then using that to determine how you are developing that communications with that person, that's where you become highly effective. And I think a lot of people are so concerned with their messaging, and it's a universal messaging, and it's not an effective messaging.
Oh, it's not. Definitely not. So how do you work with people themselves? All right. Whether they come to you and say, I have a problem with relationships.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And we hear that a lot. So we start out usually with a keynote.
Okay.
I'm talking about the relationship building mindset, talking a little bit about some skill set areas.
Okay.
And then when people say, this is important for our company, they bring us in and we coach on an enterprise level in cohorts of 6 to 8.
Right.
And we coach on relationship building. Our program is a 9-session program delivered over 10 weeks. And supporting that program are 89 online learning courses on various aspects of relationship building that the cohort members are actually using as a discussion point as they talk about what's working for them, where their challenges are, what have you.
Good. How effective?
Very effective. I mean, we've been with some major Fortune 500 companies for seven years, and they're coming back because they're seeing results in terms of employee performance, both with their colleagues. They are communicating better. Their satisfaction levels are higher. They're more engaged, and they're seeing it in terms of better sales, better referrals, what have you.
Yeah, happy people, happy life. Okay.
Happy people, happy life. I love that.
I don't know. Yeah,
synopsis.
so
That's a great one.
without a doubt. All right, but the fact itself, now you're building a relationship within themselves.
Absolutely.
And they're happier in doing what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, you have to be in a
And
great
the engagement
relationship
is a
with
lot better.
yourself before you have great relationships with other people.
Without a doubt. That's wild. That's wild. So if there's one particular point of reference themselves that we can give our audience today itself that really would be impactful when it comes down to relationships, what would you give them? What would be that one golden nugget for these folks?
Well, I wrote a book called The Connector's Way, which is a parable about relationship building. So there's a character that is very autobiographical. And through mentors, he learns 7 essential rules about relationship building. And there is a favorite rule of mine, and that is serve others without consideration for how you're going to benefit.
Right, exactly.
When you have that servant mindset, that service mindset,
right,
great things are going to happen.
Yeah, without a doubt.
They will happen.
I love that. Patrick, how do people reach you?
TheGalvanizingGroup.com, and all the contact information is right there.
Guys, my gosh, Patrick, thank you very much
Thank
for
you very
coming
much.
on.
Enjoyed the
We had a
conversation.
great
Yeah.
conversation out
Appreciate
here.
it.
Patrick Galvin, all righty. And we're here at Influence. And we'll be right back with Patrick. Thank you very much again.
Hey,
all
I
right?
really enjoyed
love
myself. Thank you so much.
relationships, cool place,
Yeah.
cool place to be.
Excellent. All right.
And welcome back to Influence. Influence, we'll talk to you soon.
Thank
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks.